Welcome to Baji, the big sister you never had. Here, we dive deep into the art of navigating life as the eldest daughter through stories, lessons, and heartfelt sisterly advice. We'll challenge tradition, embrace our power, and step into the woman we were always meant to be, all while staying grounded in our faith. And I'm your host, Arusa Malik. Welcome back, my beautiful listeners, to Baji, the big sister you never had. As an older sister, and especially as the eldest, there are moments in your life where you feel like you don't fully belong. You start picking yourself apart, your surroundings, and even the people around you. But have you ever stopped to ask why? Sometimes it's not because something is wrong with you. It's because the environment you're in doesn't reflect who you are. And that doesn't allow you to fully blossom into who you're meant to be. There will be times in your life where people make you feel this way. And it's important to listen to that feeling. Trust your gut and allow it to guide you elsewhere. Because in this episode, we're going to unpack the truth that you were never too much. You were simply around people who never fully saw you for who you are. Have you ever felt like you were too much or not enough? Or just hard to love? Because I have. And for a long time, I kept asking myself, why? Why do friendships drift over something so small? Why do some people never really see you? Why do connections end and leave you picking yourself apart? Growing up, all we really want is a place where we feel seen, where we feel safe, and where we feel like we belong. But somehow, you end up being the one sitting out at recess, watching everyone else connect so easily. And as you get older, it doesn't always change. You're the third wheel, the one who feels slightly outside of it all. And slowly, you start overanalyzing yourself. Every word, every action, every version of who you are. And after going through phases where I kept picking myself apart, trying to understand what I was doing wrong, I had to pause. I had to stop letting other people's perception of me blur the vision of who I am and who I stand as today. Because at some point, you have to know who you are. You have to recognize the kind of love you bring to the table, the kind of presence you carry, the authenticity that makes you you. And you can't keep being hard on yourself just because other people don't know how to receive you. Because here's what I've realized. You will be judged. You will be misunderstood. And sometimes even the people closest to you will never fully understand you. And that doesn't make you hard to love. It just means they don't know how to love you. And that was a hard truth for me to accept. But once I did, everything started to make sense. Maybe it was never about being too much or not enough. Maybe I was just in rooms that couldn't hold me. I remember being in a group setting and feeling like I was there, but not really there. Like everyone was laughing, talking, and connecting. And I was just slightly outside of it. And I kept thinking, is it me? Am I not interesting enough? Am I trying too hard? So I started shrinking myself, talking less, holding back parts of who I am, just to feel like I belong. But that's when moments like this started to click for me. I am not someone whose light is meant to be dimmed. I'm worthy of being around people who value the full version of me and love me for the person I stand as today. Because the right people won't make you feel like you have to become smaller to fit in. They'll meet you where you are and make space for you to be fully yourself. And once I understood that, I stopped blaming myself for rooms that were never meant for me. There comes a point in your life where you have to know who you are, or at least who you are becoming. Because every new environment you step into, every dinner you sit at, every space you find yourself in, it's going to reveal something to you. And if you keep walking away, feeling drained or unsettled, or like you have to be less than who you are, that is your answer. Those are not your people. And instead of ignoring that feeling, sit with it, reflect on it, accept it for what it is. But don't let it convince you to shrink. Let it guide you. Let it push you towards new conversations, new environments, new people you haven't experienced yet. And if that means sitting in solitude for a while, then sit in it. Because it's better to be alone than to be surrounded and still feel unseen. Keep moving forward until you find the kind of spaces where you don't have to question yourself when you leave, where you feel seen, where you feel understood, where you can finally just be without having to adjust who you are. So choose environments that feel like peace, not confusion. Choose people who are consistent, not conditional. And most importantly, choose yourself without needing everyone else to agree. You were never hard to love. You were just never meant to be understood by everyone. Thank you for tuning in to Baji, the big sister you never had. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to share, subscribe, and leave a review. It helps us grow this sisterhood. And remember, you're never alone on this journey. Till then, keep thriving, stay authentic, and I'll catch you in the next episode.